Hello everyone, welcome to Crazy Geeks and it's me Roshan Shrestha. On today's session we'll be talking about writing our very first program in Python. That is going to be the Hello World program. In the meantime we'll be talking about end and set parameter in Python. Basically we'll be playing around with a print function for displaying the content, and we'll be using those stuff using command prompt idle cell so as to know how it works in a different scenario, and we'll be using PyCharm IDE. This IDE is going to be used on our upcoming videos as well, so make sure to install this IDE. That is highly recommended for the days to come. And if you still haven't installed Python, then follow the previous video. The process is pretty much straightforward. It shouldn't be that much tough task. Okay, so we are here and we'll be writing our first program in programming. First program is basically termed as hello world program. You can write any text or any letters as per your mood or requirement. Okay, I'm going to open my command prompt, CMD mode. Let me zoom a bit. Okay. At first, let's enter into Python. If it's already installed, it will be showing you the version and all the details. If not, then you will be prompted for installing the Python. The current version installed on our local machine is 3.11.2. Now, whenever we need to display something, we'll be using print function. If you guys don't have any information regarding what is function and how they work, then let's not worry at the moment. We'll be talking about function in the days to come. For now, if you are coming from the background of other programming languages like C, C++, Java and others, then you obviously will have the knowledge regarding what is function and why they are used. If you are a total beginner, then you can perceive print is something that is used whenever you need to display something. For doing so, you'll be using the keyword print, then you'll be opening the normal regular bracket followed by the double inversion code. This is the representation of a string, but as I said earlier, if you are a total beginner, then you don't need to worry about that. We'll be writing whatever we need to display. World, then we'll be closing the bracket. Now, this print function is used whenever you need to display something. In our case, we are trying to display hello world. Let's try to execute this one. Nice. This is the output of our first program where we have used print function for displaying hello world. This is how you'll be writing your stuff in command prompt, that is for Python. If you want to exit from here, you'll be writing exit, then you can navigate on your local directories and all those stuff. If you need to enter again, then write something, then you will be using print function, bracket open and close, double inversion code begin and ends. Then you can write something like this test. You can write anything, and this is the output you are presented with. This is how you will be using command prompt. Similar is the process using idle cell. These are pretty much used whenever you need to run a smaller chunk of codes. You can write print, then small bracket open and close, double inversion code begins and ends. Then you can write anything as per your requirement. Hello world. This is the output. You can write anything here as well. I'm going to close it. Now let's navigate to PyCharm IDE. For creating any new project, you can navigate to new project, then write some information like, let's say, hello world, create. Okay, this is our first program. Now we can directly run it from here and the output is going to be generated here. For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to select all these information and going to delete them. Now, uh, talking about Python, one beautiful stuff is it tries to avoid and it succeed on avoiding the boilerplate code. That is, if you look upon other programming language, just for writing your very first program, you are supposed to populate various boilerplate codes. That is avoided in case of Python. You can normally use print function for displaying the content. This is the beauty of IDE. It helps very much whenever you are writing, be it the scenario of showing the options for auto completion or providing you the information regarding error and warnings. All these are very much well managed in case of IDEs. This is the PyCharm. Now let's say we need to display hello world as an output. Let's run this one. Here comes the output, hello world. We can write any number of statements using print function. Let's write all the stuff. This is for the test. Now again run this one. When we look upon the output, at first there is hello world, that is whatever content is populated within the area of print function, that comes as an output. One interesting stuff is happening here. This is for the test is provided as output in the next line, when in fact we haven't used any control for sending that content into the next line. That is being happened just because print function, as we have discussed in the beginning, that we'll be talking about end parameter in Python. It comes with the default end parameter is next line. Normally when we use /n, it's treated for next line or new line feed. Here you can look on the output, but we haven't written anything here, but still the content is coming in next line. Let's populate using another print function. This demo of, and let's execute. Okay, let's say our requirement is we don't need new line feed between hello world and this is for the test. That is, we need to avoid the /n, that is next line stuff. Then we'll be using end equals, then we won't be needing anything. So I'm planning on avoiding the new line feed, that is /n, that is presented by default in print function. Here comes hello world, then this is for the test. After that a new line is presented and there comes this is demo of end. Okay, let me select all this stuff and remove this one. Print. Okay, now let's say I'm planning on separating the various arguments. Arguments are normally whatever content are presented within the function. Let's not worry about that for now. I'm focusing on how you can separate those arguments or contents. Let's say 12 is the first argument, 12, or let's say 11 is the second argument. Then next one is 2023. This is the content within print function. If we run this program, then we'll be provided with this output 12, 11, 2023. And if we need to separate these informations, then what we can do is we can normally use SCP equals, then let's say this is how I need to separate these arguments. If we execute this program, okay, nice, 12, 11, 2023, then whatever character is presented using SCP, that is going to come between those arguments. Now let's write another statement. This is the test content. Let's run this one. Now if we need to present this stuff in the same line, then we'll be using what? And equals. You can either present the white space, blank white space, or you can present any other characters as well. 12, 11, 2023 at the rate, this is the test content. So this is how it works. You'll be writing your contents. Now that's to be expected as an output using print function. So just like the case of the printer providing you with the content that is to be printed, print function displays the output. Whenever you need to display something, you'll be using print function. By default, it will end with the new line, and if you want to avoid that default characteristic, then you'll be using end parameter. In case of the requirement being the characters to separate, then you will be using SCP. This is the string. String means the combination of characters. Let's not worry about those stuff. So I guess this was pretty much helpful for understanding how it works. I'll be catching you guys in the next video with some more contents related with Python. Till then, have a nice time ahead. Thank you all.